Ocean NewsMan's on the air, with melodies beyond compare. Turn the dial and catch the show. He's the king of the morning radio.
You can accept the fact that this city is heading for a disaster of biblical proportions. What it means is Old Testament. The wrath of God type stuff. Rivers, seas, boiling. Humans sacrifice, dogs and kids living together. That's terrible.
I don't think that many people understand really what we're doing here. You know, we've been doing this for over 6 years, and we'll go ahead and celebrate and call this the 6-year anniversary starting in September. But here are the facts. The facts are that we've been doing this for 6 years. And the only reason why we've been doing that is because I got the word from my superiors, General Shu, that the NDAs have expired. The NDAs have expired. Yes, that's right. Well, not all of the NDAs have expired. Just a few of them have expired. One of those was the fact that I can now get on broadcast radio, which is the first time we've been able to do this. Well, starting at least 6 years ago. 6 years ago, and we started doing this little journey. And this little journey was something of a bit of an experiment. Well, because we have these certain, missions and directives from the bosses, and they say, "Well, Sam, you have to go through these different, things and stuff." And I said, "Well, but the NDAs are over, right? So if the NDAs are over, then what?" And they said, "Yeah, but you can't listen, Sam. You just can't go and just tell everything." And I said, "Well, what do you mean by that?" And they said, "Well, Sam, you just can't go and talk about Roswell and give them all the secrets." And I said, "Okay, so but hold on, you guys got to sit there and say so. Some NDAs expired, and then you're telling me that so I can get back on a broadcast signal, but there are parameters, right? And there are parameters. So this is how it goes. So there are narratives, there are topics that the bosses, if you will, General Shu, have told me that we can't get into. And there's a lot of these topics that people say, "Well, Sam, listen, I would only want to hear from you." And I would say, "Well, of course that's right, because I'm a real media puppet." And people are always wondering, well, what's Sam going to say next? What's Sam going to say over here? And is he going to sit there and he's going to lead it? And is he going to tease the audience? Because it's like, because that's what you do, because that's what radio is all about. You got to tease the audience for them to come back after a commercial break. You don't want the leader. And then there's the Nielsen ratings and all this other stuff. I don't want to hear any of that. We are breaking the mold. We're breaking the mold. We're setting the standard. We're raising the bar. Shout out to David. Shout out to Sir Philosopher. Shout out to Mad Cobra. And of course, shout out to Toy Mercs. You know, it is Saturday morning. And it is, if we say, can I get it? Can I clear my throat real quick? You know what that means in terms of Toy Mercs? Well, it's Splatter Day. Well, you know, I had to clear my throat. I didn't want to say Splatter Day, and it didn't land right. Right? So I got to say Splatter Day. Is that better? Or should I do it in a vocal cue? Splatter Day. It's Splatter Day. Splatter Day. Oh, there's something that happens every day on a Saturday. And what do you say? It's Splatter Day. It's Splatter Day. Only on Toy Mercs. Why? Because we're all Toy Mercs. So you see Toy Mercs and Dead Man. I just gave you gold, radio gold. I gave you radio gold, and of course you can go ahead and edit that however you want to, because it's Splatter Day. That is what is going on, and that's what I am singing the song, because Splatter Day is the way. Because we're all Toy Mercs. Hey, at Toy Mercs. Who else do we have? We have DMATO 1992. Toy Mercs says he's going to sit there and do it. God love you. God love you. We're all Toy Mercs. One of the anchors of Saturday morning is action figures and toys. It's action figures and toys. It's cartoons. It's all of the magical stuff that you remembered as a kid. And hell, I'm sitting there doing this on a college radio show. Like the kids who are here on campus, they were nothing more than tadpoles swimming around their dad's balls. But like, listen, I'm telling you what, right now, those were amazing days. They were amazing days. And if you're a part of this radio show, remember, you can always find me at Sam Newsman. That's at Sam Newsman all over social media, broadcasting live from the Overcast campus here at the University of Richmond. It is the 31st day of August in the year 2024. It's 11:20 from the most trusted puppet in media, the award-winning most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman. And this is Saturday morning. Of course, want to thank everyone for joining into the show. We've had a very interesting show this morning so far. We started a little bit late, but can I just say that art before the show is an educational, do we call him professional? It's savant. He might be a savant status. Professional sounds so Bush League. So I will say that Art, who does the show before this show, Art is an educational savant. Yeah, he knows about education. So, I talked to Art joining in, and of course, it would be it would be a disservice if I didn't talk about the Richmond Times-Dispatch and what was on the front cover of the radio, of not the radio. I'll talk to you about it on the radio, but there's the actual newspaper. We could just not shaking it around. All right, so the newspaper. This is what it says. Now, of course, I've not read this. I used to always hear a radio host say that, for every 1 minute of show time is 3 minutes of prep time. Well, I'm going to tell you what, that is garbage. Because all I need is a newspaper, and I will do whatever is necessary to set the standard and, of course, raise the bar. Shout out to Dead Man, who is the anchor of Toy Mercs. Shout out to you. DIS something, whatever, DIS 206. I can't see too much, but shout out to you as well. Crypto Alchemist, Ash Bailey, Philip Story, casual toy collector. I'm going to make sure I get everybody, because we are broadcasting not only on the WDCE signal. That's a real radio microphone over there. Hello, radio microphone. Hello, it's so cute. It's so adorable. It's real. What's so amazing about it? It's a real radio microphone. It's a real radio. You know what? Because I sit there and I hear all these YouTubers and I hear all these people and they're like, oh my gosh, I got a show. I got a YouTube show. And it's like, oh my God. They're like, oh, you got to listen to me and follow me on YouTube. I love my YouTube. And blah, 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 blah. Real radio microphone. Listen, I heard Howard Stern say years ago, it's like, bump all that podcast up. Now, I'm not saying you can't make a lot of money on podcast, and we are in negotiations right now for the podcast rights for the show. I'm saying that right now because that's the facts. I have every single show that we've done since we started. I've had every single show that we've done since we started recording. So I have a whole library. You people talk about the Disney Vault. What about the Sam Newsman Vault? Exertus, my buddy Exertus. Are you watching Exertus? Sink Tank. I wasn't on Sink Tank this Tuesday. But usually Sink Tank, I show up at about the last, 30, 45 minutes. And we kind of just joke and chuckle house and have a great time. But that's Exertus. That's the Exertus channel on YouTube every single Tuesday. And there's usually 200-300 people doing it. And we've done other shows too. 3 POA, my buddy Laser Pants. He gets about 300-400, sometimes 500 people in a live stream. I just want to know, listen, if I show up and I see a bunch of super chats, where's my cut? And I'm going to say that because guess what? When you're setting the standard and you're raising the bar, I should probably get a cut of some of this stuff, right? Because it would be really nice if all of a sudden, you're getting, $10 here, $5 here, and it's like, well, then all of a sudden I show up. Now, I'm not going to do that for smaller channels, but I mean, bigger channels, hey, Exertus is probably one of the biggest channel that I go in, over 120,000 subscribers on YouTube. But you know what the funny thing is? Are you guys? Can I talk to you guys about some YouTube? Some behind the scenes stuff. So I talk about this YouTube stuff. People sit there and think that just because I'm a media puppet, I don't know everything that's going around. Of course, I know everything that is happening. In fact, I'm at the bottom of every rabbit hole waiting for all of you jokers to catch up. So when people are like, hey, Sam, have you heard about this? And I was like, yeah, I heard about that 3 years ago. And I'm at the bottom of the rabbit hole. Why don't you go and find out everything you need to know about the fact that it's flat? And then all of a sudden, then you can come down to me, come down and hang out with me at the bottom of the rabbit hole. Jeez. Listen, I've been doing this since Roswell. In fact, I signed a bunch of NDAs. Right? So I signed a bunch of NDAs saying to Sam, you can't report anymore. And then people get mad about that. And it's absolutely ridiculous. What? What do you mean I never said that? At Sam Newsman all over social media is where you're going to find me. At Sam Newsman. We're broadcasting live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. YouTube, Facebook, and X. Right. And so we've been doing this a long time. I don't think that people understand that all of a sudden when I have something to say, and people are like, oh, well, I've been doing YouTube for such a long time, and I get it. Listen, this is how YouTube works. And then all of a sudden I tell people that your brand is connected to YouTube. So when YouTube tells you to kick rocks or if somebody says this or whatever, the fact of the matter remains, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is a real radio program. It's a real radio independent program. And everything that you see on YouTube, everything you see on Instagram, anywhere else, all they are is they're beholden to the gatekeepers that allow them to have a signal. This is a real radio signal, a real radio microphone right here. So I sit there and I tell all of my YouTubing friends and YouTubing partners, and well, not a partner because I'm not paying crap for any of their junk. Like, no, but the fact is that if you want to sit there and claim that, oh my gosh, like this is great, and you're not being in Griftville, because here's the reality. If people are sitting there giving super chats and they are sitting there and getting money from you just so they can be like, oh, well, you know what? Your support helps us out because we're independent, blah, blah, blah. That's all garbage. It's our garbage. Garbage. Let's just say it's garbage. And I don't want to hear anybody talk to me. I'm the real media professional. I'm the one that's been doing this since Roswell. So you want to sit there and talk about all these toy tubers and people, and then all of a sudden you have these garbage action figures being made. And then people sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to make a whole bunch of figures. And then I already got my next Kickstarter plan because you know what? You're failed. Your IP fails. I'm just going to tell you this right now. The whole toy community is bankrupt. Everyone in the toy community is bankrupt. And all they're doing is grifting on your nostalgia. That is the facts. They don't care about you. You sit there and you thought, oh my gosh, guess what? There's all of these action figure toy communities that are saying, hey, guess what? I love you. And here's my Kickstarter. They don't care about you because they have a garbage IP. They have a garbage IP. They don't know what the heck they're doing. And then everyone is, oh, we're going to do it. And then I have General Vala sit there and says, guess what? Everybody's being a simp, grabbing the soap for all of these Kickstarter campaigns. And you know what? I might as well just go and just do a bunch of Kickstarter campaigns as well. Those are the facts. You want to know some toy? Can I give you a hot take toy, drop the mic moment? Well, you just got it. The reason why you just got it is because we've been doing this for a long time. People want to say, oh, I've been collecting since the 80s. I've been collecting since the 70s. I had the original G.I. Joes. Listen, I'm going to tell all you jokers right now, I have wind-up toys from the 1900s. Why? Because I was born in 1901. I've been doing this since Roswell. I'm over 122 years old as a reporting a real media puppet. And you want to sit there and try to tell me who's in charge? And what really matters in terms of action figures, toys, and collecting on a Saturday morning? I'm telling you right now, I'm the source. And if anybody else wants to sit there and say, oh, well, I got a YouTube channel. I got all these people. And it's like, I don't care. Go kick rocks. And you can sit there and grift off of people. You can grift off of super chats. You can grift off of all this other garbage. The fact of the matter is that the toy community is in one grift mode. And I'm sick and tired of it. Shout out to White Vegeta. White Vegeta can sit there and tell me. He can sit there and talk about this. He's been a retail manager. He's done all kinds of stuff. But every company out there is just grifting. They're grifting off of you. They own you. They own you, and they own your nostalgia vibrations. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't let them own your nostalgia vibrations. Look at all the garbage that Mattel has dropped. And people will say, oh, well, G.I. Joe Hasbro classified. That's great. And no, it's all garbage. The reason why it's garbage is because you are buying a toy 2 aisles over from the bubble-blowing lawnmower. It says 4+ on it. It says 4+. And you want to sit there and say, well, I'm collecting toys because it's great. And then people might say that, well, Sam, it sounds like that you're being negative against the whole cool toy community. You're damn right I am. There's a penny for Mary Murph for it because it is absolutely ridiculous. I have to sit there and say it because it needs to be said. I just want to collect toys. I just want to collect toys. Do we have, where's the, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get, do we have the, can you get that over there? So yeah, we can get that over there. Yeah, can I just put this on real quick? Hold on, wait. Can we do this? Do we got it? All right. So retro artistic modern 80s nostalgia. Can I just say that Ramen Toy gets it? Hashtag Ace gets it. He's given us a $99 rickety van that I can have action figures sell questionable candy bars to other toys in Toy Town. Right? I mean, that's what you want, right? You want an old rickety van with shady toys selling, shady ice cream bars to other toys in Toy Towns. That's what you want. I know. Listen, shout out to Ramen Toys. Hashtag Ace Gets It. I've not sent in the money for the to ship the ramen racer. No, I've not done that yet. I had a buddy of mine, old Uncle Bullwinkle. He was shipped a wrong color ramen racer, and I told him, and he reached out to me, old Uncle Bull. Shout out to Uncle Bullwinkle, old Uncle Bull 80. You can follow him on social media, but Uncle Bull was like, Sam, I can't believe this. I'm never going to order something from them again. Blah, 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 blah. And I said, listen, just reach out to Ace because Ace gets it and he'll be able to hook you up. And you know what happened? He did hook him up. He hooked him up with that black one that was not sent to him. And it was sent to him. And I think they might have just, sent him an invoice for a couple of dollars for the black one. And they sent him his orange ramen racer as well. Reason why I say that is because Ace gets it. And I say that because if you're into action figures and toys and you're not inept, you get it. And, if you're somebody like General Valla, who, I don't know, decides to go with an actual licensed car like Rizvani, and then all of a sudden, you give us you give us this Valaverse, this Vanguard that everyone says is completely garbage. The turret doesn't go up and down. And as Cato says, the cup holders only hold decaf. This all goes back to the fact that he was dumped by Olive Oil. But I have that interview. Do you know that Olive Oil left Popeye, went to Bobby Valla, was dating Bobby Valla, and then she left Bobby Valla, and Bobby Valla is still salty about it. It's true. It's true. I have the interview. It's never been released. Reason why is because all in due time. God bless America. It is 11:35. I have so much to do. I didn't even get to the beach music. I had all this beach music that Professor Deep Cut Dave had for us. I might just have to play it later. It's terrible. I feel really bad about this. But we have to sit there and just pump the brakes on this. So shout out to Professor Deep Cut Dave. I'm so sorry. We have all of these. So can we play at least a couple of them? Can we play a few of them? Wait, where are they? Do we have it? No, we have this one. We have that one. There's the beachin' one. We have the beachin' one. Okay, so let's just play Surfer's Holiday. We'll play Surfer's Holiday, and we got a couple of different we have a couple of different things here. Anyways, make sure you're following me at Sam Newsman all over social media. I'm going to be back in about 4 or 5 minutes or so. Play a couple of songs. We'll be back on the other side of this break. When we're back, we're going to back. It's going to be radio only, but we will be on Instagram. So here on Instagram, we're going to be on Instagram. So make sure you tell everybody that we'll be on Instagram for the very last segment of the show. Citizen Germ, the Mr. Rogers segment, that's radio only. Make sure you're listening to that. Are you downloading? Download the Live 365 app. Download the Live 365 app. Search WDCE, and you'll be able just to listen to the show as we continue to move along. Cato says that he missed it. Stupid work. You can always listen back. Shout out to Casual Toy Collector. Olive for the streets. Olive for the streets and pepperoni in the sheets. Oh, shout out. There you go. That's another line for your next Flex Friday anthem. Olive for the streets and pepperoni in the sheets. Setting the standard and raising the bar. The only way a real media puppet knows how to do. Only way a real award-winning media puppet knows how to do. I got some beach anthems here coming up, and we'll get to Sir Philosopher at the top of the hour. Maybe it might be a little late. Who knows? Listen, we run the show, and Saturday is our time, and it's your time. And when we set the standard and raise the bar, well, the clock doesn't even matter. Broadcasting live now from the sunny, beautiful campus here at the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.